It is Friday, February 22nd, and this is episode 98 of the Bull Market Watch. This is going to be a very cool live stream. First, we're going to run through the technical analysis of Bitcoin and more than 50 different crypto charts and see what's going on. That should take about 20 minutes. Before we get into that, this is not financial trading advice, just observations of the markets. And at the end of the video, I'm going to take about 10 minutes and show you the evidence that proves there is a massive crypto move impending. A really big wave of cryptocurrency prices moving. And if you're here, you may be able to surf very well. But if you're doing things incorrectly in the next while, you are going to get wrecked. So that bull wave is going to knock a few people over. I'll help at the end of this video. I'll hopefully help make sure that you are prepared so that you're not one of the people who gets wrecked in a bull market. What a tragedy that is. All right, now, if you haven't already, head over to IntroToCryptos.ca and sign up for the free training. You'll get the free trading plan that we're studying in this daily live stream, and you'll get direct access to this powerful spreadsheet that we are setting up here. The spreadsheet comes with tons of data now about each of the different markets that we're watching here on Poloniex. It's not just great training so that you know how to recognize these patterns, but now this spreadsheet shows you which ones are lining up for fantastic moves. It'll be so awesome to be watching this all manifest over the next weeks and months. So if you are new to trading, this live stream itself may give you a great start for no money out of pocket. You can start out with nothing and start working your way up like I did. And I'm hoping to pay it forward so that other people get to have the successes that I've had. So I'm super happy to share these strategies with you in exchange for, you guessed it, your click on the like. And also say hello in the chat and let us know where in the world you are from. That would be awesome. So we're going to quickly go through these and get to the good stuff at the end, which is the evidence I have that the massive crypto wave is on its way, and it's going to be way bigger than most people have been predicting. So now let's blast through this because I could go on about that all day. This is still neutral. It's making the 1, 2, 3 bottom, but it's still laying along the bottom of that. It's got to be coming up and pressing prices higher. It's great that it's coming up above that 200 period moving average. Let's move on to basic attention token. It was a buy for us back here as it broke out of this pattern. It would still be a hold for me if I was to have gotten into this. A little bit lower than this. Once it starts breaking below these levels and everything else is going down, then I'd be taking my losses. But for now, I'd be holding on to that. But maybe it's not a hold. I should just put it as an alert again, because this is not trading. This is bullishness and bearishness. It looks good, but I would say it's an alert, not actually bullish. How's that? BCH ABC. This is looking better. We had it as a buy, and I'll say it stays as a hold. It's still looking good. BNT. Yeah. Neutral, it'll build for a while. There's not enough volume in that market, really. BNT. BCHSV. Kind of laying flat, but at least it's stopping there. I'll still say near fail. BCN. This is pretty much only on Poloniex. There's a few exchanges. But going out to a long-term view, taking a look at this, nothing really going on there. And of course, I'm watching the RSI slowly creep its way up as the prices stay flat. That's a divergence that is bullish. And if this starts to tick up and we see some really good stuff going on in the RSI, that's going to be great. When we look at the on balance volume, a little bit of positive all the way along here. If we see that really pick up, that will be really important as well. So we'll watch for some of those indicators over time. Let's go to this chart, bring up Bitfinex, Bitcoin US dollar. Is it bullish or bearish from here? Is it going to continue? I think the volume coming in says it's going to pop and there's going to be a lot of volume come in. That's just personal opinion. I may be wrong. And I do a daily Bitcoin price review video, and it's just a short one, 7 minutes normally. And we go over these indicators on Bitcoin every single day. I should have a link to that in the description below, but I know I don't. So here we've got many times off this top. It could be pulling back from here, but because we got into it earlier, that's still a nice hold for us. It's not threatening these levels down below here to say that it might be a cold fish yet. Let's go over to BitShares. You may know I'm completely excited about the Bitcoin BitShares price chart. Look at the RSI slowly getting stronger and stronger and stronger while the price stays essentially flat. We've got quite a bit of green candles going on, and I'll bet you if we go over and look at this indicator, look at the buying going on in this. This is huge. We've already got it marked as a hold, but anytime, it's still an alert as well at the same time. It's a really outstanding chart. This is one of them that is going to be one of my life-changing opportunity markets. That's what these are. Now, this was up to an alert for quite a while, but it goes back to neutral. It didn't break higher. It stayed flat along those ranges and didn't go up. So we'll just move it back to a neutral for now and keep watching it. Clam. Hey Todd, great that you're here. Spent all day with your my mega course. Great. I can't wait to chat with you about that and to get some feedback and answer any questions that you have. That is phenomenal. I love it. United Kingdom, watched your trades back in the day. Thanks, bro. Great to have you here, Mark. And Todd, thanks for joining in. Old Scott, a good old regular. Good to have you here as well. Oh, wow. Look at this chart. Didn't we mark this as a hold? I love it. And it's going to go way, way higher. This is phenomenal. This is such an exciting time in the charts. Look at this. What can I say except that it's just the screaming out that it's going to be blasting higher. Even without the indicators or anything, you can just see the pre-pump candles setting up. You can see the change in momentum. This is going, and we've had some massive wicks to the upside in the past. So when this goes, there's going to be some FOMO. This is going to wick massively. And I do have the popcorn trading strategy. You can search YouTube for cryptocurrency popcorn trading, and you'll find that video, and it explains everything. I made it about a year and a couple months ago now. Dash, a hold for sure, and going up. I wasn't expecting this from the privacy coins, but I'll have to say that when you're trading, you have to assume that you are wrong as the starting point. So I'll have to assume that I'm wrong there. Now, Decreed was a fail, but it's moved itself up to a near fail. Now it's made a nice double bottom. Coming up off of that is great. A while yet before it turns into anything that we can act on. Digibyte, what did you do? Oh, and my chart drawings are not on here. Too bad. Because I had drawn in this triangle and said that if this pokes out of the triangle in either direction, that's the way it's going. And this is the signal that we're going to be acting on. So it poked out, and we've marked it as a hold. It's not the classic 1, 2, 3 bottom formation that you'll learn when you get the free training over at IntroToCryptos.ca. You will learn that classic 1, 2, 3 bottom formation that always happens. It has to happen when a trend is changing directions. It has to happen. And so if you're patient enough, you will eventually get it. But I'd have to say that 6 to 7 times out of 10, 1, 2, 3 bottom formations fail and the trend continues. So you need to have some risk control rules put in there too that are critical to change the odds into your favor in this unfavorable game of trading. This is another one, brings a smile to my face because we're watching this consolidate and talking about the buy signal, and it's just taking off. It's taking off. And I think it's going to be taking off considerably more. This isn't a long price chart. EOS, let's go take a look. Let's go over to Bitfinex. Do I have, yeah, EOS BTC. 1 year. So here's a longer term of EOS, and the bottom formation that is just broken above right now, that's phenomenal. And it wouldn't be any worry at all if this was to come back and retest these levels right here. That wouldn't be no trouble at all for the change of trend direction, because it's already set these levels. If it came back and retested that, that would even make it even stronger when it took off higher. That's really great chart. Looks like it's going to be moving another stage higher. We'll see what goes on with that one. Julius, hey, good to have you along from Lithuania. Never catch your lots. It's 2 o'clock at night here. Ooh, you're up early. Massive crypto move impending. It is massive, and I'll have the evidence of that. I got to get on and stop talking off on these other tangents here and go through so I can get to that good stuff. This is just such crazy, amazing chart. All right, now this one is another that we had as an alert, and I'm going to move it up to a hold now. It's made that just a peak enough above where things are set now that it's showing me it's time to take a little bit of a position on there. Start off with a small bit of a position. If it proves you right, then you can add on to it. You got to protect yourself from risk at the beginning of a trade. This looks phenomenal. 1 week view. We got a few dead bars there at the end. Poloniex is doing maintenance right now. So luckily for our 3-month view, it doesn't impinge anything, but we'll see what happens afterwards. I don't know. Factum. I gotta keep going. It's easy to get distracted. I had to hide at work to watch it live. Mojo, you're bad. That's great to have you along. So I hope this makes you some great cash so that you're making money as well as working. That's double dipping. Love it. Now we have a double bottom here. This is consolidating. If I zoom into this on a small time scale, we're going to see a tiny 1, 2, 3 bottom formation right here at the end of a little downtrend. And look at those 2 big massive candle wicks of buying. Huge. So I do believe that this is going to be picking up and going higher again as another stage. And actually it's looking like it more and more as time goes along, because it seems to have lost its flat momentum and just got that little bit at the end of beginning its move up. And remember, it made a huge move here. Phenomenal. And if it's going to do something, we go to the 5-year view and take a look at what's actually happened in the past. We're just in the baby beginnings of it. Really, this has got some moves to do like this. It's got some, wow. So zoom back in. What does it give us? I'm going to make this an alert right now. I got to go through this so I can get to the good stuff at the end. It's all good stuff, but foam, okay, hanging flat, just neutral. Game actually is doing something. It had some pretty good trading volume on Poloniex earlier, so it's picking up enough that we can almost make it an alert. It has to come flat along these levels and then break above them, and then we can call it an alert soon. I'll put it in alert now. That's just to watch it. We're just saying it's looking a little bit bullish. It's not a trading signal. I get it. I keep telling myself. Gas, this. Okay, if it wasn't a hold, I'm going to put it to an alert right now. It could be a hold. You know, if you were trading it, I wouldn't sell out of it. I think it's going to be going way up higher from here. But it's not actually moving, so I'll put it as an alert just for our bullishness index measure. I could see Ethereum Classic pumping around the Ethereum fork coming up. That could be part of the reason for it. And I never really know why things go the way they do, but it's always news after the fact. After it takes off, then the news comes out and it explains it all. But it's always in the charts beforehand. Everything is always in the charts. GNT. Okay, this is building up again. We've had a few of these all the way down as it was coming down. This was a fake out breakout. There was a fake out breakout here, and it's just staged down and down and down. Got me in a fake out breakout here, so I got some profits to make back on Gollum Network token. And I would say that it would be Tomorrow it may be an alert, and we'll make it a hold if it goes above these levels here. So I'll leave it as neutral again today, and we'll watch that. I'll bet you it'll be an alert. It may even jump right to a hold tomorrow. Grin, this new coin, we'll just take a look. Another one I know nothing about. And all the new coins, they're just a gamble to be getting into something like this in a downtrend. It hasn't even made a bottom formation, so there's no buying on Grin. Hunter coin looks like it's fading off. I'm going to put it as a fail. And then we got Kyber Network Token. This is a great formation building up. So it goes back to alert status now from neutral. Library credits, we had that as a hold, and sure enough, it's looking great. It look like it's an alert slash hold right now. There are so many markets lining up. We know that cryptos move in trends. They all move together. It's either a bull market or it's a bear market. They are all going up or they're all coming down. So now that we've identified that this is the bottom of the bear, the downtrend, and we are making bottom formations, the next thing we're going to be doing in this stream, I'll put this as neutral for now. The next thing we'll be doing is watching for the top formations, and we'll do every day we'll be watching for top formations. This looks like it's going to be taking off, this LPT. I don't have it in my spreadsheet. I still have to do that. Lisk still like a near fail, and I'm still stunned. You know, it's another one of those projects I know something about, and so I think it should do good, but Litecoin also looks like it's hard to say now because it's made such a nice move out of this great formation. Is that where it's going to stop, or is it going to be staging up higher from here? There are ways to be able to look inside, and one of the ways is to start comparing indicators. So you start to get to know what the RSI is doing over time in different time frames, and you get to know, where are we now? Poloniex, Litecoin. Get to know the look at the on balance volume is very strong. So it's a little weaker from here to here. It's gone from very strong to a little bit not as strong here, which is bearish overall as that's happening. And then we could also look at the MACD indicator. Go to Poloniex, bring up Litecoin, and start to take a look at just how this is lining up on different time frames. So when we zoom in, we can see what the crossovers are and really get to know this day by day. This is what I do with Bitcoin in the other channel, and I go through in great detail every day the same things for Bitcoin, so you really get to know it well. Anyway, this is still a hold for our trade, still looking bullish. Made is still neutral. If it pokes up a little bit more, then I could put it back to an alert. But of course, made safe I'm crazy about. I think it's going to be going 10 times in value. Mana still neutral. Nav, it was looking great. It's still come right to this point of this triangle, and the triangle has got to a tighter point. So I'll leave it as neutral for now, but it could go from alert to hold right away if it starts breaking up out of that big triangle. So as soon as it starts to show which direction it's going to go, then we'll have the better idea. So far it's stayed within the triangle enough that you could change the shape of the triangle to adjust for this still. Namecoin, what's going on with this chart? This is such an interesting chart. Is this going to go straight up from here? Nothing I can trade though. It's not a formation that I can sink my teeth into. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed NMR. Okay, nothing going on here, like a fail, near fail. Going to NXT, it's a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Where are the moving average crossovers? Here, not enough yet. And we're on the 12-hour bar, so I'll leave it as neutral, but I'll keep watching it every day and see what's going on. OMG, okay, this is consolidating even better and even better and even better. I'm going to put it neutral yet, even though it's looking good. Now, Omni is still dragging this out. I'll say it's neutral, but it's ticked up a little bit at the end there. And at the point of a long triangle like this, Usually it'll just move. You've got to be ready for it. Pascal coin fading off, looking like a near fail still. I don't get it, actually. But Poly really took a beating on Binance. It had a massive wick down, but not on Poloniex. It's down to new lows and stuff. Nothing we can do with it. PPC, I think this also, no, that was a different one. But here we've got a double bottom. A lot of volume here. It's pulled up off of that bottom, so I can keep giving it a neutral. That's it. Quantum worked its way up to a neutral. Yeah, still neutral. It could go alert and into a hold above that green line again. It's nice that it's come back and made a better formation. Rep, you can see here that we've got the first blue. This is the first cold fish. This is the first one. Whoops. This is the first market that failed down enough that here we have it. When that moving average crosses over on the 12-hour bar, that is the second stage of the exit on an uptrend. This is the second stage of an exit on an uptrend. We'll talk about that more. Now, do I leave this as a blue, as a cold fish? And I forget my command for that. E for exit. So we'll leave it blue. And we'll run it that way and we'll see what happens. SBD. Please point out the 1, 2, 3 bottoms when I see them. Yes, I've sort of faded out of doing that on this because they are, this is a near fail again, because it's part of what I'm wanting people to go to IntroToCryptos.ca and get that free training so that they get those patterns in that free chapter, and you get to really see what the 1, 2, 3 bottoms are. What do I mean by the break of the downtrend? What are we looking for in the exponential moving crossover? And why do those three put together to become a really good filter that keeps you out of the pump and dumps, but keeps you in when the trend changes direction? So a number one is the very bottom of the lowest price. It's the lowest price that the prices have come down to. So you go, we could see a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation right here. We zoom into this. So prices came down, 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 down. Here's the lowest price. Here's the lowest price. Now, here's the lowest price. Okay. Pardon me. The lowest price. It comes up. There's the number 2 point. Comes down. Oh, it's made a new low. Here's the new number 1 point. Comes up. This could be the number 2 point. This could be the number 3. Could be. No, here's a new number 1 point. Here's the number 2 point. It comes down. Could be the number 3. Could be the number 3. Could be the. There we go. There's the breakout right there. 1, 2, 3. So the number 3 point. The number 3 point is the failed retest of the recent low. The failed retest. So this retested the recent low and it failed. Then prices came back up, and as they break above this level, that's the number 2 point. There's our entry signal. There's one option to be entering on that trade there, and this is a great one. When you took this trade, the market took off right away. There was no question about it. No worrying about are you right or wrong. If you had left your stop just above your entry to protect your money, prices would have come back and retested these levels. You were fine. Prices never came back and hit your stop loss. Up they go. And then on the way up, we're looking for the top formation. We'll talk more about that as this unfolds, and we'll talk about how to identify the uptrend line, the 1, 2, 3 top formation, and the moments to be taking your profits. It's a fascinating study because it's a fascinating study because it's changing all the time, every day. Even though you have the same patterns, it's different all the time. This is one of the reasons that trading is actually a practice. It's not like mathematics, where I learned 2 + 2 = 4. I don't need to practice 2 + 2 very much anymore, right? That's what it is. But trading is never like that. It's never the same, and you never know from day to day what's going to be happening. There are too many variables. And so you have a practice where you're continually having a situation and you keep reevaluating. This one we said was an alert, and if it broke above the green line, we would change it to a hold. And Steam was an alert earlier, and it's taken off. We put it into a hold right here as it broke out of this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, came up and didn't go up to the 2, came back, didn't break lower than the number 3, so those stay, the number 2 and the number 3, and then it's proven to be the number 3 after the prices break above the number 2 point. We never know if this is actually the number 3 until prices have broken above the number 2, and then it seals it. You've got the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation completed. This price came all the way back. It probably would have kicked you out if you would have put your stop loss where you should have. Then you're watching for another re-entry in this. But at any rate, we're going to mark it as a hold because it is still bullish. I would have held that. I wouldn't have gotten out on that pullback. Send Crypto, good to have you along. So storage, this is one I was talking about for such a long time. It's made a big move up and held. So this is not just a regular pump and then dump. This is a real beginning of a move. This is the beginning of the foothills of the mountain. And this is one of them that there is a much bigger move coming than people are expecting. This has come back down quite a long ways. Oh, wrong. I want to go shift, enter, drag this down. It has come down 55%. So now if I drag this up the other way, it's got to go up 122% in order to rebuild that or recapture that 55% loss. So if you had bought here and sold here, you lost 50%. If you buy here and sell there, you're making 100%. We'll see how this turns out, but it's making a good bottom formation right now. I'll leave it as an alert. Strat, easy off. Strat is a great looking chart. It's a hold right now. I would make that an alert if it wasn't a hold. It's really looking great. This is another little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation after it's staged up. That is really great to see where it's above these August, September, October levels. Went down a bit there and then right back up above it and looking bullish. I like that chart. This is so many great charts. Give me butterflies. This is another one that is making the bottom formation. We have already said it was a hold for a couple days, and it's given us more strength to work with. Viacoin, we said it was a hold for a few days, and we're in it early, and we're going to benefit. We're going to benefit from being in that early because we're already in profit on this from where we got in. VTC, we got in profit on this one. It really has made a couple blasts up like, wow. I don't know what percentage gain this is. We'd have to look at our other alerts. X, counterparty. Counterparty, hey, it's making a nice little double bottom there. If this picks up, eventually it could turn into something. I don't know why it would turn into something. I don't know if they've done some improvements or changes to the project. But here's another one that's neutral, looking good. And it could be that, like, it could be phenomenal opportunity right now to be buying at the price it is, just where it is. But for the simple trading plan that we're following, we're waiting for this moving average to cross over. So it's got to prove more strength and that it's really changing directions and not just pumping. Okay, this one is still, I'm going to leave it as neutral. I think it's going to be consolidating more and giving us a very strong move to the upside. XPM. Okay, it's hanging out there. I'm going to give it neutral now, actually. XRP, we gave it a fail the other day, and I'm going to give it a near fail again, even though I got to say that I think it's going to be going up from here. It is not a good looking, it's not a good looking chart. What may happen from the fundamentals could pick it right up off of that level, but it doesn't look good. Here's another one that doesn't look good. I'll leave this as a near fail as well. It's near to failing, that's for sure. ZRX, also down to new lows. I'm going to put this as a fail. That's not so good. Now, for one of my favorite times of this episode is to update the spreadsheet. There are bottom formations everywhere, but the real thing that matters is what Bitcoin is doing. Oh, Bitcoin's in one of the biggest bottom formations. There's a bottom formation everywhere. This is a really key time. It's great to know it. Okay, I'm going to paste this in, then we're going to watch this update. Let me pull this down a bit. we can watch all three of these update. I've got a pie chart here that shows the green, the gray, the yellow, orange is near fail, red is fail, and blue is a cold fish to get out of. We'll see how many markets turn cold fish. And if we see that getting big, we know the top is coming. Now, let me paste this in. Well, not much change. Really, and not much change at all. You can see the numbers across here from 19 to 18, from 5 to 7. So there's a little bit more alerts, a little bit less holds. Still nothing big and definitive that we see a big shift in the markets. We've already seen some great developments going on. We see a lot of green. Like there are 18 markets that are in hold pattern, 18 out of 50. That's a great percentage that have already gone past alert to hold. And then we have 21 that are neutral, and those ones that are building those chart patterns yet, but haven't taken off yet. So Litecoin is not one of the neutral ones. But let's say Burst is one of those neutral ones that could be taking off and really go blasting right away. Got some turning around to do. All right, now for the evidence at the end of the video, where I'm talking about the fact that there is a massive crypto move impending and the evidence of that. So as you know, I do enormous data. I collect enormous amount of information about all of the different markets. You can see here in our cryptocurrency trading alerts, which is the paid service, all of these trades here on Poloniex, they're not just color coded. We have the specific entry, we have the specific exit, we have a specific stop loss, we have all of our percentages all set out. So it really is very helpful for organizing all of your trades to know exactly when to get in, where to be taking your profits. Fantastic data. And this is a paid service so that you pay for this, but you also get the same thing in Binance. Tons of information, tons and tons of studies. And I've been doing this for years. I started out in 2015 and I started doing videos. I started doing crazy amount of studying. And a while ago, as the bull markets were all starting to build up, I said to myself, I want to know the patterns of bull markets. If there's an exploitable pattern, that repeatable pattern that happens over and over again, then I want to be able to recognize it. I want that pattern recognition in my brain. And so I went through March to July of 2017 and I took a screenshot of every one of those moves and I calculated what kind of percentage gain we got from that market. So we got over 2,470, that's even hard to say, 2,470% gain. And this was BitShares. We went from March 23rd to July 7th. And what I did with these is I assumed that we wouldn't get out of the trade at all until this moving average crossed over. So I took some worst, I didn't take the best case scenario. And I see a lot of other alert services saying, oh, we called it at this point and the price went up to here, therefore you could have made 4,000% profit. Yeah, okay, but sure. But what we're going to be doing is identifying where to take these top formation profits. And this is the second stage. When that moving average crosses over, that's the second stage of taking the rest of your profits. And we'll go over that as this all unfolds in time. So there are patterns that laid out before all of these markets took off. There is the similar patterns of the downtrend, the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, the break of the downtrend line, the moving average is crossing over. You see that pattern? Let's take a look at Burst. Burst had a downtrend line, 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, prices broke above it, and away it went up to a 609% gain. And the important thing is the March 18th to July 7th dates. Remember in BitShares, it was March 23rd to July 7th. Specific dates, different markets, completely different markets, absolutely different business plans. And they had very much the same dates of getting in and getting out. Digibyte. I'm going to bring up Digibyte. This is the long term. No, this is the beginning of it. So we can see the downtrend line the bottom. This made a rounded bottom, and then the moving averages crossed over and it started to surge. It didn't make a good classic 1, 2, 3 bottom, but still a great example of the moment when the market turned around. And you can see this change in trading volume. Trickle, 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 trickle for months here, and all of a sudden it all woke up, and there's a lot of trading volume came in to all of these markets at the same time. So now if we go to Digibyte and see what happened afterwards, this is what we were just looking at here. This is what we're looking at here. This came down. Doesn't that look, from what's 42 to 18 Satoshi, cut right in half. And after that, it went from 18 Satoshi to 2,200 Satoshi. And then it came all the way back, and there's where our moving averages crossed over. And that's where I said we took our profits there on June the 25th. So again, March the 24th. And the reason I'm going over this and showing you all of these entry and exit dates is so that we can go back to our study and start to see the dates when these buy signals started to line up all the way along. All of these dates are lining up to be the same thing. And when we see all of these things within a 2-week period all turning green, it is evidence of the big move coming in. All right. Here is another key part of the study that brings in the evidence that we are going to be going into a bull market. And it's the waves of bull and bear market of Bitcoin versus altcoin. So Bitcoin was going up here for a while in 2017. And then in March to July, just this little wee period of time as Bitcoin went up this little bit, altcoins had their biggest bull market to history to date, just in that period of time. And then through this period of time, in the middle of July, all the way till December of 2017, alts were in a bear market. They were being squished down as Bitcoin was going up. And we actually had a question about that in our Discord chat. It reminds me. I'm just going to grab any market. Let's see if this works. No. Let me go back and get the specific market here. Can you explain? No, it's in German. Question BTC price. XRP Stratus, for example. All right. Let me get Stratus. And drag this over here. We're going to go back to that Bitcoin chart in a second because it's really important. Where did it go? This one. This is what we're going to come back to, and we're going to talk about this altcoin bear market here. The altcoins are going down against Bitcoin this whole period of time. So we can see Stratus, where it's going down against Bitcoin all the way through this period of time of 2017. And then in December and January 2018, you can see that the coin market cap of the coin went way up, much more than the price in Bitcoin. And this is because Bitcoin prices were going up so high while this was going up. So it's double rising. And you've got to think about two runners and a finish line. Stratus versus Bitcoin is one runner. Stratus versus US dollar is another runner. So sometimes the Bitcoin price is moving up and the value of Stratus is staying still. And you will see that difference. The value of Stratus versus US dollar is staying still, but Bitcoin is going up. That means Stratus versus Bitcoin is going down. And you got to get those three things in your mind so that you can do the conversion between the different currencies. And it is a 3D puzzle, and it takes a bit of getting used to, but it's important to know why that's happening. So when we are looking at this chart, we can see that a lot of people through this time were having their altcoins going down against Bitcoin. So you start out with a 10 Bitcoin worth of altcoins here, and pretty soon you had 5 Bitcoin worth of altcoin. Like your Bitcoin went way down, but the altcoin portfolio was worth more in US dollars, even though you had many fewer Bitcoin worth of alts. And that's because Bitcoin was going up so much, it was going up faster than alts were going down against Bitcoin. So alts were going up a little bit, Bitcoin was going up a lot. That made it look like alts were actually going down against Bitcoin. Hopefully that helps. So anyway, we had the switch around here. We had that little bit of an altcoin bull market from December to January. Then all the way through pretty much from this period till now, this goes a little further, we've come down more. We've been in this altcoin bear market. We had a little wee bull market here for 6 weeks maybe, and it was a very small move, and then it's been more downtrend since there. So we really haven't had a true altcoin bull market. We've had a couple little bubbles, but we haven't had a 1.5 year trend where altcoins go up and up and up and up, and that's what we're walking into. Yes, it is very important to understand that 3D puzzle. The message is held for review. CryptoKibo. You are in a timeout. I don't get much spam, but there we go. Some spam. So this is why I believe that we are in for a massive cryptocurrency bull run. And I'm very happy to be offering our 3-week intensive cryptocurrency trading course. Registration actually starts tomorrow. There's going to be some sign-up bonuses on Saturday for those people who want to sign up quickly and get going at it. So there are 3 different levels of training that we offer here at Intro to Cryptos, or Digital Currency Traders. We got the free crypto trading plan, which I think everybody should get. You should not miss out on that. You should definitely go and get this free cryptocurrency trading plan, and you get the bull market watch spreadsheet. You get all of this fantastic, powerful research that we're doing every single day right at your fingertips. You can just check it at any time. It's worth getting. Then the second part we have is the crypto signals and alerts. And those are for people who are already trading. You've got some moderate experience and you want to save some time. So you use our proven approach. You get all of my data, all of my research for everything on Poloniex and everything on Binance as well. Deep information, really helpful stuff. So this is for somebody with moderate experience. If you're in between there and you're beginning and you're working your way up, and you've been struggling, then I think our cryptocurrency trading course is for you. This is the most value-packed training that we offer. Here's our cryptocurrency trading course. I've been offering this since 2015, and I've had more than 2,000 people from 70 countries around the world go through this. And here's some of the more recent people. I think they're on the call with us right now, some of them. Jimmy's here. I haven't seen Fallon or Klaus, but recent students that are great to have along. So the course is built on what you are seeing here in this live stream, but it gets into more detail as I was explaining. And you can see here some of our alert service. What would these trades mean for your portfolio if you had 114%, 79, 78, 74, 72, 65%, 45? What if you had all of these kind of profits in your trading account? What would it mean for your trading account from all of the trades from 2018? What might this mean for your family to have those kind of profits? What would it mean for you personally when your friends and family asked you about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? You know, what would this do for your confidence in the next trade that you are planning to take? I am very happy to be offering this course. So there's a 3-week course. We have the week number 1. Here's what people say about it. Jimmy says, I've learned a lot from you. Very grateful for you. This is my first time after a long time. I feel I'm in a positive flow to learn crypto trading. Still learning, but trying to improve. Week number 2, we go through all of the technical parts of the tools that we use. AOL Chandra says, I just completed week number 2, a great course content and refreshing everything. It gives a new fresh start to see what I missed during the past course, because people who take our courses get a lifetime membership. You can come back and take the course over and over and over again. This is really here to be helping you in the long term. And Fallon said, I started week 2. Your course is absolutely perfect. I begin to understand. Your explanations are so helpful and on to the point. Thanks. My hurry and fear are blowing away. That's awesome. And then week number 3 is putting all of those things together, making a complete picture so that you have the entire trading plan in your mind. And look, I just got out of the short trade on Bitcoin, hedged our portfolio and made some profit as prices were coming back. Week 3 materials are awesome. Practicing the techniques makes me more confident and successful. Thank you. Your bull market mega course is incredible, and this is the one I was just talking about. What a great study. It really helps with the patterns of very understandable explanations again and again. Thank you for your work, your course, your simple trading plan philosophy. Standing ovations from an absolute beginner. So this course was created from my own trading plan, and you can see here that I went from $0 to $10,000 in cryptos. Then I took that $10,000 and I grew it to $533,000. It was insane through the 2017 bull market. You can see that I caught the waves here from March to July of 2017. I held my stuff and got ready. And as this took off in December and January, I was ready for it. I made a killing. It was phenomenal. But I think the 2019 bull market is going to be even bigger. And if you see these things and you've seen other people make these successes, this is the moment to make sure that you have a plan. So there are exploitable patterns that have worked in the past, and I will teach them to you. They're easy to identify, but they're not easy to trade. So the course registration starts tomorrow morning. There will be more details on what's included in the course, and including a bunch of bonuses and specials for people who join up on the very first day. Really excited about it. Anyway, I am now wrapping it up and looking for questions. And if you have any markets you would like me to take a look at, let me know. Let me now pull up the chart. Go over to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin all at the same time. This has been so crazy as they've been coming up to the edge and then pulling back, up to the edge and then pulling back, and up to the edge and then pulling back. It is crazy with anticipation to see, is it going to break or is it going to fall? Is it going to break or is it going to fall? And we continue waiting. I think it's going to be breaking higher. Then I think it looks like it's topping out and going to be coming down. It's definitely a tough time to trade. Let me check the chat here, see if there's any short-term and long-term for Ethereum. Well, long-term, I think it's going to be going crazy to the moon. Here's Litecoin. Here's Ethereum. I'm going to go to Bitfinex. Go to... That's right. So Ethereum, Bitcoin. And then I'm going to go to Bitfinex and go to Ethereum, Litecoin. Ethereum, Litecoin. Ethereum, US dollar. You will have to check the course tomorrow because the price is going to have a special tomorrow, and the special goes away on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, it's like the most expensive day to join. And it's surprising how many people wait to the last minute and pay the higher price. And those people definitely need the course if they are trading that way and they're working that way with money, because it's not just about cryptocurrency trading. It's a lifetime membership so that you're working with us in the philosophy of making money work for you, not just in cryptocurrencies, but it's once you start in micro trading in cryptos and you start to make money work for you, then every penny that comes into your hand starts to have a whole different meaning. You start to see it all as the goose that lays the golden egg. So it's the philosophy of financial success that we're really working at as a group, and cryptocurrency trading is one of them. Now we're looking at Ethereum US dollar, and I'm going to zoom out to the 5-year view to give an idea of where it might be going in the future. And it's a phenomenal 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here. This, like, it makes me laugh because it is, I had not looked at the 5-year view of Ethereum US dollar. I am mistakenly fixated too much on Ethereum Bitcoin price. And look at the difference in this chart. This is a great 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here. Really fantastic. Amazing at the end of this massive triangle. Huge. Crazy huge. Beyond words. And then we're seeing this consolidation down and making a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation as well. The long-term view of this is 8 times in value. It'll be back up to the $900 to $1,000 value in the next 12 to 18 months. So it's insane. Crazy. In the really short term, right now we're in this ascending wedge triangle. And so it'll be powerful whichever way it goes, whichever way this triangle goes. And we'll probably see them all 4 going at the same time. So this triangle will break, this triangle will break, this triangle will break, and they'll all start to like just drop suddenly. Boom, 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 boom. Or it'll go the other way. They'll start to edge above and the floodgates will open and they'll really start to flow. And so I'm really bullish on the future for Ethereum for sure. Invite CJS to the Discord chat. Indeed. Everybody, if you're not part of our Discord chat, there is a link down below in the description that you could click on. Come and join our Discord chat. We have these live streams every day at this time, and the Bitcoin live stream in the morning as well. But throughout the day and all night long, we have people in our chat. We have people from around the world. So come and join us in the Discord chat for sure. And then Send Crypto asks, what's your thought on Litecoin BTC possible cup and handle in the daily time frame? Daily time frame of Litecoin BTC, Litecoin US dollar. See, these are also top formations at the same time. So this is the tricky part of it. 1 day, Litecoin US dollar. 1 day, well, if it were to be a cup with handle, we do have a bowl shape setting up here, but it would have to now give us a handle. And then this would be a major buy spot. If that came back on a handle like that, that would be an insanely major buy spot right there. As it consolidated and made a little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here and started to go higher, this would be another potential range to buy in. So if it made that formation, it would be fantastic. Usually, like the cup with handle is a formation that has an enormous move after the handle. So after this part here, it would be straight off the charts. So that's what a cup with handle would be. We did trade a smaller Ethereum Bitcoin cup with handle on the 1 month view. Let's pull this back. So I get rid of that. I did trade this as a cup with handle as it was building. So here we had the cup. It made the handle and I said, there we go. We jumped on right there. And I think also as it broke above too. And that cup with handle turned out to be great on that time frame. Really, like, insane. And we kept our stop loss down below these levels too. So that cup with handle was an original entry and we didn't get out all the way through this this pullback. So there's another big cup If it pulled back, that could be a coupled handle. The left handle would start in 2017 December. Let me go back to Litecoin BTC, 1 year. The handle would start. I think we may have a different picture in our mind of what a coupled handle is. So this is, drag this over. Here's a coupled handle. We have the cup, then the pullback, and it blasts off. So this is the handle comes all the way back to the original 1, 2, 3 bottom. Broke up, pulled back to this level, and off we went. So there's here's the reverse coupled handle. What we're seeing in Namecoin, it may be ready to do something like this. That would be awesome. But more, the coupled handle is this pullback, and the breakout is the buy. So hopefully that helps. Captain Leisure Suit Larry, I'm still unclear about the pair alts versus USD dollar. Is this covered in the crypto course? It is. We go over it all the time. And the crypto course isn't just, it is personally, you know, you get mentorship, you get an instructor. We go through all of the details that are included in the training that you get if you were to purchase the alerts package. So if you were to get the crypto alerts package, you would get these training that go along with it. Some of this training is included in the course, but this, you're just left to go through the training on your own. And there's some fantastic stuff, but you've got to sit down and do the work yourself. With the course, we're going through similar material, more in detail, more broken down into step by step, and we're going through it as a group so that you have it presented to you and you get a chance to interact with everybody in the course. And so if you have a specific question about how things work, we just keep going over it until you do get the understanding. And the 3D puzzle of alt versus Bitcoin and alt versus US dollar. You have to remember that then you have alt versus Bitcoin, alt versus US dollar, but you have US dollar versus Bitcoin in order to make up the alt versus Bitcoin pair. So Bitcoin is always changing in US dollar value, right? Bitcoin is always changing in US dollar value. So if your crypto stays the same, your crypto is worth 30 cents US dollar. Bitcoin's worth $3,000. Bitcoin goes up, but your crypto stays the same price. Bitcoin goes up to $4,000, but your crypto stays at 30 cents. Now the Bitcoin is up to $4,000. It takes fewer Satoshi to make up 30 cents. And so your crypto goes down in Bitcoin value because it takes fewer Satoshi to make up those 30 cents. So this is why the price of a crypto will go down as Bitcoin goes up, even though the price of the crypto is staying the same in US dollar. So that triangle, and you may need to draw this out yourself and to draw out a chart and to start playing with those charts to see what the differences are and see how that plays out over time. And one thing that I like to do is, here we have Litecoin US dollar, Bitcoin in the background. Now I can add on another, no, not an indicator, I want a symbol. So I'm going to put in LTC Litecoin US dollar now from Bitfinex, from the same exchange. Okay, let's go to Litecoin Bitcoin. Here we go. So here's the three markets together. Let me change the, whoops. Litecoin. Change this from an area to bars. Sure. So now we have Bitcoin versus US dollar. We have Litecoin versus Bitcoin. And we have Litecoin versus US dollar. And you can see how they change over time relative to each other. And the spread between them is really important You can see that Litecoin has been picking up against Bitcoin. This is against the Bitcoin value. So it's just rising faster than Bitcoin is. And you can see that because Bitcoin is going up, but Litecoin US dollar is going up faster. Bitcoin US dollar is going up, Litecoin US dollar is going faster. And that spread is what we're seeing here. Hopefully that helps. It is always difficult. It is always a picture that it's difficult to sort out in your brain. Whoops, not what I wanted. I want to download my suite. That brings me back to my complete package. Supposed to anyway. It looks like it's crapped out again. So here we are back to the 4 Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Stellar. And it seems like we're pausing here now. I was kind of hoping that through the live stream we would have the breakout taking off. That would be fantastic, but not this time. Wolf, good to have you here. Message retracted. I didn't read it. I couldn't read fast enough. So that about wraps it up. Oxytocin. Now that's an addictive name. Good to see you come and join us on our Discord chat. I'll send you a message there in a minute. In the meantime, I think that about wraps it up. I see a big M forming in Litecoin. What time frame? Are we talking about this as the M? Click. So we up, 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 and this is your M. No problem. Send crypto. I enjoy doing this. It is for my own benefit for sure in all of these videos, because this is what I would be doing if I wasn't recording it and doing it on YouTube. I'm still doing the same thing. Okay, so this is an M, and what I look for a top formation in this, if I could clear this off, double click, clear this off, double click. I'm looking for not so much a formation like this yet, and it could be a top formation, but we have higher highs here and higher lows still. So what I'm looking for when it's topping out, it would be similar to this, but I'm wanting to see a high and then either the same high and not higher, or a little lower and then a breakdown as a top formation. So this isn't an alarm signal for me, but this trend line is. So if I'm zooming into the 1 month view and I'm zooming in now to the 1 week view, so we're at the 1 hour bar. Now we've come into a time frame where we're seeing a 1, 2, 3 top formation and a break of that top formation. We're seeing a 1, 2, 3 top formation and a consolidation. A break below those levels would be another top formation confirmation that it's coming down the other way. And a break below this level would be confirmation number 3, and that would probably be our moving average crossover and the second stage of like get out. So at this stage of the move, it's always so critical. It's right on the edge of being an exit, and we have to wait and wait and wait and wait to see if it's actually going to turn into a takeoff from here. So hopefully that helps with how I approach this. And it's just the 1, 2, 3 bottom, 1, 2, 3 top formation strategy. It's okay. That one crapped out. Now back to Poloniex and back to check my favorite ones. Let's zoom into this. This is one of my largest positions, and we'll see how this turns out. Phenomenal chart pattern, really beautiful. Clams, another one that I've gone long on, so some profit in that one already. And yes, looking at Litecoin, I think Litecoin's going to be getting to $800 to $1,000 each this year. This is a phenomenal chart as well. I'm long in this one, a little bit of profit in that. STR, this is, I think, my second biggest holding. So this is exciting to see it building up the way it is. Phenomenal to see this chart pattern. Huge. It's going to be some fantastic days coming up in cryptocurrencies for people who are using these strategies. It's jumping out everywhere. And then there's going to be a bunch of people who get wrecked trying to trade in a bull market, and they're going to get wrecked. They're going to lose money. They're going to buy in at these tops, and they're going to freak out, and they're going to sell out when it comes down here. Prices are going to take off. They're going to jump back in as soon as it's moving, and then it's going to come back against them, and they'll get out because they're panicked. Then they're going to be taking higher risks, and they're going to take bigger losses. And if they had just sat still, they would have done far better. So getting that strategy overall, the whole plan, so that you know when you should be getting in, when you should be getting out, when are the times to take action, when are the times to do nothing. It's incredibly important. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a bunch of people join that course tomorrow. It's such a fun thing to do. I can't wait. And the markets are so perfect for it right now. I will sign off for now because I could keep going on forever. Instead, I'll go over to our Discord chat and continue going over the chart patterns there. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for all those thumbs ups and everything today. Cheers, and we'll see you tomorrow.